let me just shut that down. And that, I should really go somewhere safe, shouldn't I? Anyway, right, this is Yiggy, and people have been asking me in game how to solo on an Enchanter. So, it's not the easiest thing in the world, although, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure people will disagree with me, but in my opinion, there are two distinct paths when you're playing an Enchanter. One of them is you protect the group, so any mobs come, you mez them and you look after the group. And the other is a Enchanter who comes into a zone, takes a pet, and basically they have to take charge of that pet, so they become DPS. There are people that can do both, but it's just a little bit more confusing. Not confusing, but anyway. So, let's have a look. What do you need to know first? Well, obviously, we are casters, so mana is very important to us. So I'm going to look at the AAs, because the reason why is because quite a lot of the AAs that I've now got, I was not aware of. Basically, because I'm a man, and men have this problem. Because, funny enough, I was chatting to a mate of mine, and we're both in our 40s. So he was basically saying that he found it hard to use the DVD player because it was that technical, you know. And I find it as well. I couldn't work the top box and shit like this, and I've worked it out. It's not that we're thick. It's not that at all. Most men in their 40s, 30s, 40s now, and you can ask yourself, and I bet you this is you, right? We've grown up in a society where if we have to read the instructions, we're not interested. We are a nation, especially blokes, of we just don't read the instructions. So what's happened is over time, the people that make the instruction booklets, they've all gone out of work. It's like these people aren't reading them. So we don't get them. That's my point. Now when you buy an item, it's either, you know, if you buy a phone, there'll be some software on the phone, and so basically all the instructions are hidden away or on a disc or something. But unfortunately, technology has overtaken us. So, you know, now you have to read the instructions to learn how to operate things. But anyway, so we don't read the instructions, hence why we look stupid. Right, so let's go outside. Sorry about that babbling. I want this to get straight to the point. Right, AAs, the important AAs. Now, the first thing to remember is I'm at level 100, and there are people out there who will disagree with my AA selection. Please, if you have any other information that can help enchanters, then, you know, give us a shout. Add your comments. Because basically that's the point, really. When I've been doing this Enchanter, I haven't really looked and researched. I've just seen something, thought I like that, got that, and built it up. But there are some that are crucial. I am now finding out, because one of the main problems of soloing with an Enchanter is root. Our root is, when you first get root, the last root you get is, let me have a look, I think it's 56 or 63. Let's have a look. 61. And it's Greater Feta. What I found is in the early days, as soon as you cast that, sometimes you can get a dot on it and it won't break, but as soon as you cast any of these, the direct damage spells, boom, it just breaks. So there's AAs which I'm going to attempt to find, because as you know, the AAs are just all over the place. But basically, there's an AA which improves your root. Is that it? That might be it. Clinging root. No, it's level 100. There must be lower versions of that. I think most of the AAs, as you know, they start off at a, you know, you get different versions of it. But so yes, that one is definitely one. Work on your root. Make sure when you're at the level that you can get the AAs to start making your root more strong. Because now at my level, basically I can 9 times out of 10. I can root it, and I can, the whole fight it'll be rooted. It's a bit like the Necros. You'll basically see it in action in a minute. The other AAs obviously are mana, anything to do with mana regen, anything to do with Let's have a look. Gift of Mana is a good one. That one will give you, there's 2 ranks of that. I can't remember the first rank. I'm not really good at this, am I? Supposed to be giving you lot advice, and I'm fucking it up. Yeah, mana, anything to do with mana. Let's see what we got here. That one's good. Phantasmal opponent, you'll see that in action later. Basically, whatever mob you're fighting, you cast that and it will duplicate the mob, and that mob will fight for you. Key point, though, to definitely remember: Enchanters pets, we are not in the same league as mages. Don't ever think you are in the same league as a mage. Our pets are not as strong. Don't get me wrong, we can get AAs. Like, my pet can quite easily take a fight on its own, providing I've rooted it and slowed it and all that good shit. But normally, you know, our pets are just, they're not strong enough, and we don't get the same AAs that mages get. So a mage pet will always be able to, you know, out-tank you. So, that's that one. Let's see. Now, these 2 are interesting. What these ones do, Demon Insta something, and this, oh, I can't even read it, Dimension Shield. What they do, one of them, it will, as soon as the mob tries to attack you, it will port you somewhere safe. And the other one, it will do exactly the same, but it will stay on you for a bit. So if the mob keeps coming back, it will just keep porting you. So that's a good one to get. Another one, these two here, Reactive Rune and Glyph Spray, they're both runes for the group. Reactive Rune, you can cast that without targeting anyone. The Glyph Spray, you have to target someone, preferably yourself, and then it'll cast it on the group. Companion Blessing, it's exactly what it says on the tin. It will heal your pet, which is definitely a good thing to have later on. These 2 aren't really that, I'm not really fussed with those 2. Project Illusion, yeah. Mass buff, yeah. This is a good one, Edit of Command. If you're going to be an enchanter that goes in and takes a pet and fights that way, then you want to really get your edit command right up to the max, because that will definitely help you. Suspend minion, yep. Let's see. That's another rune for yourself. This one is cool, right? There's 2 versions of this. If you take my advice, don't bother with the group version, because that will just cause you chaos, because I've been in a situation. I'm going to show you straight away what this one does. Well, actually, no, I'll show you before when we do the fight, because I love that one. 3rd Spire, obviously there's a 2nd Spire as well. 2nd Spire is not too good, so I don't really bother with that. But what these 3 do, Calculated Insanity and Chromic Haze and 3rd Spire, they all help your group with their oh come on, when they crit, that's it, they help your group with getting crits and stuff like that. Okay, for an enchanter, best ones are these 2 as far as I'm concerned: Stealth Status and Friendly Status. Stealth Status, what that will do is it will put you in, I call it a bubble, and you will lose all aggro, and you'll be safe for 30 seconds. It's quite a good one. There are situations that will, you know, because basically, usually when you cast that, you will lose all aggro. So no matter how many mobs you've got on your thing, they'll all go. But, now this is an important but, if you've got a pet out, and your pet is still aggroing, they will stay on your target window. So in some situations, the pet will just follow you back. But I have had my pet quite a lot of occasions that will continue to fight. So, you know, be careful with that. Make sure that your pet isn't going to go and attack it, and then that should wipe it. That's Stealth Status, that's for yourself only. Friendly Status, exactly what it says in the tin, you can cast it on a group member, but you can also cast it on yourself, as long as yourself's targeted. So basically we get 2 statuses, that's 60 seconds where you're not going to get attacked by anything. Okay, the usual ones, grouping. I'm not going to cover the group thing, because this little thing is basically about fighting. It's not really about, you know, so I won't really cover these that much. Now, we've got improved twin cast. That goes alongside one of the auras, which is obviously a twin cast aura, so that's quite a good one. These 2 are good. Beam of Slumber is the first version. You get that, and what that will do is it will basically mez, I think up to about 5 mobs in front of you, which is okay. What this one will do though, which I can never, so if anyone can pronounce this properly, please do. I just call it shingling fucking beam. What that one will do is it will stop the mobs in their tracks. It can, I think that one can do up to about 5 or 6 the same. But it will mez them for a short period of time. But importantly, what it will do is it puts a slow on them, movement slow, and that will stay on even when they've woke up. Okay, so that one's always a good one to get if you're in an emergency and mobs come out of nowhere. Bang! Just make sure these two are on your taskbar. Okay, let's get a fight, shall we? Now, what I'm going to do, just to demonstrate a few things, is I'm going to tell my pet to sit and not do anything. Okay, take my pet off. I'll let him follow me, but I don't want him to attack. So, I'm going to demonstrate first what Beguiled's Dire Banishment does. It's really cool. Right, we've got this Wild Braxy. This zone, by the way, is a level 95 zone. Okay, so you're going to want to be about at least 100 with plenty of AAs. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate now what this one does. Now if I cast it, boom, the mob disappears. Okay, you can't actually see the debuff on it because I'm not in a group. Now hopefully it's already been taken off my extended target window, so there is a chance, quite a high chance, the higher ranks you've got in it. If we do that again, there we go, throws them back, and they don't even come on. You lose, 9 times out of 10 they'll lose aggro. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate cell status. So I'm going to piss it off. Right, it's still rooted because of the shingler's thingy. Okay, so here we go. He's coming now for me. Okay, and hit status. There we go. See, straight away. I'm in a. There's. You can't see it, and you should be able to see it because the 23 won't come up there. So there, cell status. It is a 30-second, and as you can see, you lose aggro, and it keeps you safe. Nothing can attack me, but you can't move either. Okay, so I love playing this. This is a brilliant Enchanter gag if you're in a group and the tank's an arsehole. You know the ones I mean. I can kill anything, my armor's better than everyone else's, and you all are stupid. You couldn't do this without me. Right, wait till he gets aggro. So he's right in the middle of the fight, and then cast their friendly status on him. Yep, that is really funny. Especially if they don't know what the fuck you've done. So you'll hear things like, "Oh my god, I'm frozen, I can't fucking move, what's going on?" And you can sit there quite happily pissing yourself. Okay, so let's do a fight then. So we've mucked about with those two. Now I'm going to open. I always open the fight with Shingler's beam. So we'll do that first. There we go. So next route. Now don't forget my route's got all the AAs to go with it. Then we want to Tash it. Then we want to do Dreary Deeds is an AA that sort of replaces our slow, but I find that, and I'm weakening it now, I find that the spell version is a lot better, but I just simply have it there because it saves me a spell slot. Right, now I'm going to dot it just to piss it off. See, still rooted, send pet in. There's another AA there, that's a good one, Fortify Companion. Basically any AAs that are for your pet, definitely get them. Okay, I'm going to show you now what Phantasm does. So, if we scroll out, we're fighting that little thing there. Cast that. Boom, there we go. As you can see, duplicate. Okay, we've got Doppelganger as well, that's a good one. If we cast that, it'll move you into safety, and it'll send in, depending on how many AAs you've got in it, it'll send them. Right, let's finish this one off. So I put all the dots in. As you can see, his health's not going down that fast at the moment, but don't worry. I'm going to put, first of all, I'm going to need to put on my twin cast. Okay. The beautiful thing about Shingler's beam is it's like a 10 seconds and you can recast it again. Now, because I've cast twin cast aura, I'm going to put the improved twin cast aura, bang those 3 on. Now, let's have a look. Cast that one. Boom. There we go. And look, he's walking again. So cast that. Okay, sometimes he'll give you aggro again, but that's alright. Just root him. Move back. Let your pet get in there. Okay. Now, because of the improved Twincast, it puts that, you can actually see that even if you're not in a group. Sony, if you're watching this, please give us the abilities. After we've earned the group AAs, the leader AAs, please let us use them when we're soloing. Honestly, you'd think they would. Okay, as you can see, this fight's going nice. There's no worry. I'm not worried about mob breaking. There you go. Okay, there we go. Right, now I'm going to quickly demonstrate, because this is going to go on forever and I don't want it to go on forever. Just quickly demonstrate how you can mix different things together. So I'm going to need 2 mobs. Okay, let's have a look. Probably better in the city, but I'll go into the city. Look at my armour. It's the Bixie augmentation. I love this horse. It's brilliant. Okay. Please, any of you, if you want to subscribe or leave comments, then I can, like, obviously, if you... here's them. Right, we've got 2 here. Right. That one and that one over there. Now, if I cast Shingler's thingamajig, let me just change that back first. Okay. That one. Okay. If I cast that, it didn't actually get both of them, but sometimes it can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to piss this one off, just so you can demonstrate. Okay, now we got 2 mobs. Alright, so then throw that one away. Right, now this is an interesting... I'm glad this is happening. Right, what you need to be aware of, let's just mez that so it doesn't wake up, is as soon as you throw something away with Beguiled, for some reason, your pet will still aggro on it. So if you're going to do Beguiled, just pull the pet back, because it's a pain in the arse, and it'll just keep aggroing. Okay, what you can do is while it's thrown over there you go, lost aggro. So obviously, my son's just walked in, he's being so quiet. You're alright, don't panic. Okay, Mem Wipe, definitely a good thing to have, except for the 10-second delay. So, there you go. That's what I'll do is I'll do another video where I'll demonstrate the other side to fighting as an enchanter, which is when you get your own pet, and yeah, that fucker can break any minute and it's coming straight for you. Anyway, so if there's anything else that anyone wants advice on, houses or soloing as an enchanter, or I don't know, don't ask me things about AAs and that, because I am not the person to ask, because I don't, you know, there are a lot better enchanters out there, and I'm pretty sure, you know, people will say, oh, you did that wrong, oh, you did that wrong. Basically, that's how I do it, and it succeeds, so, in it. So, there you go. Bye-bye, thanks for watching, hope to catch you soon. Bingo, done it. Now, let's get that. Yeah, I'm done. I need to exit.